The following podcast is intended for mature audiences. If you enjoy our work, please like, comment, subscribe, and follow the links in the description. Thanks for your support, and enjoy. Greetings and salutations, listener. It is I, Eric J. Chucci, joined as always by my fellow shelled reptile guy. Let's be honest. Let's be perfectly 110% honest with ourselves. I'm Eric J. Chucci, joined as always by my man, the boy.
Yeah.
This is the True Nerds Podcast. You can see the title. We're talking about Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. This is going to be brief.
But happy. Because, we should get right out there. There's some people who don't like the Ninja Turtles movies. They think they're dumb and blah, 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 and Michael Bay and such. I tell you what, people. You're funless, soulless golems. That movie was the best time.
We had the time of the good. The time of the good was had. Is it like the fucking blockbuster material? Is it as good as, like, you know, the Marvel movies? No. But that's not the point.
It's not like cinema. You're never gonna go, man, that was a deep and meaningful experience. No, bitch, it's a Ninja Turtles movie. Fucking take the ride. You bought the ticket, fuck.
Yeah, jeez. That's like our spoiler-free review, I guess. We're gonna give you some 5 seconds. Hope they understood, like, half of what I said just then. If they didn't, they're gonna get spoilers.
It's too late now either way.
Yep.
So, spoilers, the Ninja Turtles are in this.
Yeah, like, what is there to spoil? I think all the big notes were hit by the trailer.
Yeah.
I guess, like, Shredder betrays Baxter and then Krang betrays Shredder, but...
Shredder, not his finest hour. Really should have seen that betrayal coming, my man.
There was a little bit with the timing of this movie that I would have spaced out a little more. This isn't exactly what I would have done with these exact same characters, personally, but...
What would you have done?
I don't think I would have made it as intergalactic.
Intergalactic. Go ahead.
Well, there would have been very little hip-hop. The hip-hop would have been fine. I made that joke, and then I realized, no, it would have been
Mikey
cool.
likes hip-hop.
But,
he's a party dude.
This was a really full movie, and I think a concept like Krang deserved a bit more...
Pomp and circumstance.
I don't even know about that. Just a bit more time to roll around it, especially like the rivalry between Krang and Shredder. I would have rather have seen them both get exiled to Dimension X and then come back from it and Krang betray him later. Now I feel like you've kind of wasted the oomph of that. But it's not like this is nitpick theater here. I'm not.
Yeah, the movie. It was the movie's super fun.
Like I didn't care for Casey Jones that much, but it was fine. Casey Jones. He wasn't as cool as I like my Casey Jones, but the problem therein is that he has colossal shoes to fill.
Which I do not think he is the equal of.
No. Arrow guy, Stephen Amell, is no Elias Koteas. Go watch him in anything, ever, and that man will tear up a screen with the shittiest 2 lines of script.
Dude, he was one of the best things in Turtles in Time, and that was not a good movie.
Ghost House was a stupid movie with a stupid plot, and Elias Koteas was a goon in it, and it was like the best thing about the fucking movie.
The adaptation, the American adaptation of Let the Right One In, he's in that, and he's fucking heart-wrenching.
It's good. It's all around good. The Elias Koteas is good.
The movie itself, I don't know that there's anything like the dialogue could get a bit, shall we say, tropey.
It was
from time to time,
direct,
but like
this
at
is a
the
kid's
same
movie.
time, I couldn't hate it because it was just so perfect for what it was.
I mean, this is a movie that's intended for the younger, well, the older children, I should say. And compared to the trailers that came with this thing, just genius, masterpiece writing. Fucking, I
don't know. I got a Big Bang for you. Not the most witty repartee, but perfect for those characters.
Yeah. Still, I would have rather watched on repeat that one Rocksteady fart joke scene for 5 minutes than that Ice Age 9 trailer.
Oh my god! Dude, the trailers were fucking something to behold, son. There was the one movie with Kevin Hart and The Rock.
That looked good.
That looked like every trailer I've seen up to this point, it looked like ass. That trailer, they performed some sort of alchemy with the exact same scenes. That was funny. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
It'd be alright. I don't think I need to see that in the extreme.
The stop motion movie, I forget. I keep fucking
Kubo and the Two Strings. Yeah, I'm tired of seeing the trailer for it.
I'm tired of seeing the trailer for it, but I want to see that movie. That movie looks like it might be Coraline levels of just mesmerizing.
Yeah, and it looks like it's got kind of a plot between James and the Giant Peach and something else I'm thinking of that it escapes me off the top of my head. It looks good. And beautiful, as you were just saying. Gorgeous. There was another monster trucks. That was
oh my god, that looks stupid and amazing.
I'm really glad it exists. That's the exact kind of late
absolute
80s, early
ridiculous
90s
horseshit.
Weird cheese. Kid makes best friends with alien shit that I feel our society has hardly been utilizing.
I feel like the movie really let you know what you were in for when they found more of the monsters and they're like, oh god, what do we need? And then they just look at the camera. More trucks. Yeah. Yes! Turn it into the skid!
It seems like there was another trailer that was just god awful.
Oh, there was one. It wasn't the Ice Age movie. It was a different one. It was so bad, you actually covered your face in sheer horror. And I can remember it because his reaction was so much more entertaining than the trailer. It wasn't that fucking shaved thing from the last time we went to see a movie, though. That shaving, whatever the fucking ladies' razor thing it was.
Oh my god, no. Oh, Jesus. That commercial was horrifying. Don't Google it.
Do Google it. But first, comment, subscribe, share, rate.
Yeah. Don't leave the video. Let that shit run in the background. We can talk while you Goog.
It's fine.
The graphics. If that was a big turnoff for you in the first film, they're a lot better now. I mean, obviously, it's been a couple years.
And they've softened the turtles' edges. Their faces, their weird faces, are a little less.
It's like a hybrid between what you would expect from the comic page being translated in the movie and what we got in the last movie. They still have lips, but their noses aren't as pronounced.
And the lips are nowhere near as pronounced.
Right. Well, Mikey's still are, but
that's that's one of his things.
Mikey's got the lips.
Donatello does machines. Mikey has lips. Be a very different song.
Yeah. Mikey has succulent lips. Oh yeah.
You got that DSO going.
Yeah, he's a fucking Magikarp. He is. Splinter also has fur now, and he's not all gross and shriveled. I mean, we had naked rats, we kept them. They didn't look quite as creepy as Splinter did. I'm glad they gave him some fur.
They had a healthier palate.
Yeah.
They looked delightful and pink. And Splinter was as you put a shriveled up toe someone had glued a fake mustache to in the last movie.
I still liked it, but
it's better here.
I liked Krang a lot.
Yeah, Krang's in this.
He was in the second trailer.
Was he?
Yeah.
I haven't seen many of the trailers.
I was busy getting hyped for this movie, so.
Dude, Krang was exactly the kind of childish fart weasel that you want.
He was good. I like what they did with him. It was really creative, and
Hey, Bubblicious. I love that they immediately went to that joke, because that's clearly the joke, is shoot up bubblegum in the face. That's the first thing Mikey says about it.
They were all great in this film, too. The last film, the big criticism we had is their characterization wasn't the strongest.
Like it was there, but
it helped if you already knew who they were. In this film, they go through it a lot more. There was a lot more Leo and Raph rivalry. Instead of Raph just, being thick-headed himself, it was the butting of heads between those two.
Yeah, because that's the thing, that a lot of the adaptations that aren't the comics, and to a lesser extent the cartoons, a lot of the other adaptations get something wrong in that they make Leo right and they make Raph an asshole. No, they're both assholes. They're just different kinds of assholes.
Yeah, well, they're teenagers. I mean,
all teenagers are assholes. Controversial statement, I know. Donatello
had a lot of time in this film.
He was good.
He felt really good.
He teched the tech into the tech really good.
Mm-hmm. I know one of the things I wasn't sure about in the lead up was casting of Baxter Stockman.
Yeah, like True Nerds podcast. You may have noticed we don't talk a lot about Medea.
Yeah, not big Tyler Perry fans.
And her many adventures.
But he did a great job.
Dude, it was perfect. He was great. There's this thing that Spork said he probably would put on his, we do a list of all the movies we've seen. It's on our Facebooks and such, if you have access to those.
They don't.
But he was going to put it on there, but, you couldn't find the quote. And it's so beautiful. I want you to listen for this quote when you go to the movie, listener. As you do with so many things. It's something like, can you taste the magnificence of what we're about to accomplish? It's yummy, isn't it? And then he just does this goon laugh. Just the most ridiculous goon laugh. Just
some background for those of you just joining us. I've been a Turtle fan since I was a little kid. And much in the same way that the boy grew up with Harry Potter, I grew up with the Ninja Turtles. I was right there in the middle of the fad. Like the generation below me, or the years below me, whatever you want to call it, grew up with Pokemon. I was a Ninja Turtles kid. So, naturally, I got into the old comics, the Mirage stuff, and
the 80s shit.
And it was
fucking Eastman and Laird.
Yeah, I have big bound collections of a bunch of the early strips. And I love that Baxter. So lately, when they've been making Baxter Black again, I've been super happy. Because he was in the first place. There's a wig that April's wearing in an opening scene where she interacts with Baxter that's really reminiscent of her hair in those comics.
Which you can tell was intentional.
Oh, God, because they put so much love into these, so many little nods.
Go look. If you think that the people who like these movies don't have respect for the characters, don't love them, bullshit. Go look at any frame of the first Turtles movie. There are fucking in-jokes and Easter eggs and shit like that in the weirdest places.
Yeah. There's a scene where you can see a bunch of cells and it's really hard to see inside of them, but there's stuff in there. And I cannot wait for the DVD to come out so we can get screen caps of that shit so I can look and be like, yep, there's Usagi Yojimbo or whoever happens to be locked up. I'm very excited.
Ooh, that may be what they do with the next one, with the next Turtles movie.
Yeah.
Is Dimension X Prison Break.
Could be. That could be interesting.
And that gives you a whole wealth of new villains for the next few movies.
If it were me, I would go with Baxter Stockman, invents the Mousers. His last resort is to turn into a fly. He's got a little bit of the mutagen setback, and it's fly time. Well, mutate time, and he becomes a fly. At the same time, Karai is trying to get to Baxter because he has the stuff that she needs to get Shredder back. And the Turtles are trying to stop the both of them.
That's a good plot.
They like to make these movies really fucking dense, so we will probably either have a stronger Casey April romance or the Rat King.
Or more Bebop and Rocksteady.
I mean, I would not be
I'm going to campaign for Bebop and Rocksteady doing their own separate thing.
You know what? If they did the fucking Bebop and Rocksteady storyline from the comics, where they're like, let's get back to nature, and they go fucking live in Africa. Well, it was a planet in the comics, but and become nudists and like get in touch with actual warthogs and rhinos on this paradise planet. I would love that so much. It would make me smile in the best way.
They will not do that then.
No, maybe if it gets to like movie 4. That might be something else. Oh no, yeah. Because they might be able to do Slash in the next one, because maybe that's how it starts. Maybe Baxter's like, I'm going to send the turtle after the turtles. That's how this is going to work. And,
by the way, that's the actual delivery Tyler Perry went with. Fucking.
I love it.
I love him, Tyler.
He's a nerd goon.
Oh, fucking. I'm a nerd, not a geek.
It was the most cringy, intentionally cringy dialogue about being a nerd. And they're both like, yeah, uh-huh.
The difference between TED Talks and then they both say Comic-Con, and it's like you shrivel in your seat like the light it burns.
But it's like that's the point. That's the nasty, horrible point they're making.
Is that Baxter Stockman is just the worst.
Yeah. I like that April's still useful as fuck.
Competent and like not. Like, April is a part of the fucking team. I love that. I love that about the Ninja Turtles. I've always loved that about the Ninja Turtles.
The first cartoon, didn't do that so much. She was the damsel in distress. Complete with tying up and weird foot fetish stuff.
Look, animators get bored, okay?
Hey, I know. Just saying, you're giving that to children's. Anyway. But, in the Archie comics, and
in most of the adaptations...
Yeah, most of the adaptations after that, she's capable. Like, really capable.
Like, her and Vern, at the end of this movie, wreck Karai. Dude, that should have been a 4-second fight in Karai's favor. And they bumble their way to victory, and it's the best. Also, Vern is solid gold in this movie.
Yeah.
He does a bit that is so perfectly timed, I heard Russell Brand dialogue during it. There's an alarm. It's a secret camera. He starts pulling the cord out of the wall, and the drywall starts coming up, and he's pulling the cord, and it's very funny. It's complete, no dialogue, like his face and him pulling a cord and the cord going around the room. And when it gets about 3/4 of the way around the room, in my head, well, this seems unnecessarily circuitous, don't it?
Yeah, it was good. It's good visual comedy. And there's always stuff going on in the background. Little touches. Like, everybody's always doing something. Like, I remember a couple of scenes I was watching where people in the background stopped being part of the conversation, Turtles included, and they were just like, well, gotta fuck off and do something else now.
Like, they would go do shit. They wouldn't just stand around. It's little touches that so endear me to these movies.
Yeah.
Because they're not high art. They're not super great cinema. They're kind of brainless, fun action roms. But the fucking love with which they are made, the reverence for the material, I cannot be mad at them.
I like the subject matter as well. I'm glad that's in a movie. Because I'll make this brief, listener. I've had problems with superheroes for a while. Like, I couldn't get into them other than, like, the Marvel movies. And I've been trying to get back into them. And I realized in my youth, for whatever reason, a lot of the shit I got into was freaks. Beast, Nightcrawler, the Turtles, so on and so forth. So I was really glad, the xenophile that I am, when a lot of the message of this movie that you give to the children's was, don't judge people just because they're different. Don't hate them or fear them. It's not necessary.
Yeah.
Just,
That one line Mikey had, man.
Yeah, made you feel that shit.
Like, we're not he was so genuinely hurt.
Yeah, great delivery. I mean, all the delivery was great. I want to say that Johnny Knoxville, that's who does Leo's voice?
I don't know. I have no idea who does.
Positive.
I literally don't know who does any of the voices for any of the Turtles.
Donnie
I like it that way.
And Raphael are no names. I'm pretty sure Leo's Johnny Knoxville. and Mikey is that kid from Shameless.
Whoever they are, those mystery people.
Yeah, he seems a lot more comfortable in the role. Leo's dialogue rolls a lot better. It flows a lot better. And
fucking Raph's dialogue is amazing. I honestly, the line I usually try and avoid using lines from trailers for like my movie list.
Mm-hmm.
I usually try and use a line that's not from the trailer. I think What Would Vin Diesel Do might be my What would Vin Diesel do?
That was good stuff. I also appreciated the fact that I had a sentence and then it just completely evaporated from my head.
That's unfortunate.
Right on the podcast. Happens all the time in real life. Doesn't happen often on the podcast.
Nope. Yeah, no, this is a common thing for him. We'll give his little brain time to reboot on it.
Let it warm back up. Do you have a thing to say to make me feel less like an idiot?
I will say that I actually enjoyed this Casey. He wasn't as cool, but no. I kind of like it. It gives a contrast, because these turtles are really cool.
That's true.
They're really cool turtles. Fucking Bebop and Rocksteady are just solid fucking gold. Seamus, anything bad I've said about you in the past, I take it all back. I take it all back, man. Oh, it was just...
And the physical comedy was so on point.
And it was so well done, because it was the same sort of physical comedy from when they were people. Like, they're people for part of the movie, and they establish a very specific, they establish a specific rapport between the two, and how they act, and how they move, and what they do. And when they turn into, Bebop and Rocksteady, it doesn't change, it just gets more bombastic, because they're huge monsters now.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a great time. And this was one of those movies I managed to check out of my brain enough that, I was along for the ride. I'm jaded as hell. I've seen a lot of movies. I've digested a lot of fiction. Usually when I'm watching a film, it's this happens. All right, when's this part going to happen? Okay, this movie's got to be this much longer, so this has to happen now. Here, I was in it, and I was like, there was no amount of, the turtles are the main characters, they're probably safe. In my head, it was, oh no, this is a scary part. Oh no, what's going to happen now? Are they going to be friends again? Is everything going to be okay, the boy?
It's always wonderful when that happens, and it's so hard to determine when it will. Because, much like him, I'm pretty fucking jaded, and, I won't say this movie took me on the ride the same way it did you, but I've had that happen to me in the past, and that shit is magic. Yeah. It's a magic trick that you cannot replicate.
Well, and even before, I got on the ride, because it's a little slow to start. Just a bunch of the stuff that was going on. I was just sitting there looking at the screen I'm happy to be here. This is nice. This is a good time.
I'm happy this exists, and I'm watching it. In the year 2016 is great.
The cat movie.
The cat movie.
And because at the end I said, it's 2016.
He said it pretty loud, too. You were so upset. Oh, it's called 9 Lives, I think.
Go Google the fucking like, comment, subscribe. Then go Google the fucking trailer for this movie. And, oh my god. The end of it. There's this end stinger where the cat's pulling, doing pull-ups. And
to prove he's not a normal cat.
It's
fucking awful.
The loop of the footage is bad. It's just
so obvious. You can see there's a frame shift when the loop swings around. You can see it restart again. It's amazing.
You guys have seen on the internet bad GIF loops where it starts again and you're like, okay, that was kind of shoddy. It looks like that. And this is a fucking Hollywood movie. This is a fucking Hollywood movie with fucking Kevin Spacey and fucking...
Oh, by the way, Kevin Spacey, how the mighty have fucking fallen. You're doing this now?
it was fuck. House of Cards is over, I think. So why not?
Yeah, I guess.
Gotta pay them paychecks. Christopher Walken, I'm not surprised. That man
Yeah,
will do
Christopher
anything.
Walken will do anything.
That
I'm
man
not
will do
surprised
anything
to
for
see
a taco.
I'm not surprised to see Christopher Walken anywhere.
Which I wasn't mad at this movie at first. I was like, oh, okay, this thing, that's good. Kids like this kind of movie. It's been a while since I've seen one like this. You know,
I'm trapped as an animal.
Yeah, the dad he's not a good dad, so he gets turned into an animal so that he can establish a good relationship with his daughter.
Capricious magic Christopher Walken.
By an evil wizard. But, like, then it just becomes a non-stop roller coaster of poop jokes. Of toilet jokes, anyway. And, like, the worst, most ham-fisted... We said the Turtles dialogue got a little tropey. This stuff is just...
This is fucking just a big, meaty warthog fist right in your face.
Oh my god. And then that fucking gif. And there's no excuse for that! Anyway, as I was saying about the good movie that we watched. His
reaction is so priceless. It's delicious.
I was really glad that they made
Yummy.
Leo an asshole without making him Cyclops.
Yeah.
Because that's a line that I often see interpreters of the medium do poorly. And it was the way a lot of people perceived it when I was a kid. You know, Leonardo is often kind of a dick. Because
he's a buzzkill.
He's a buzzkill. But he's a good guy at the end of the day. Cyclops is not a good guy. Yeah,
he's also a buzzkill, but at the end of the day, he's an asshole.
Well, and then the difference comes in is where, you know, Leo might say... There's a scene in this movie where they're trying to do something, they fuck up. And Leo's like, yeah, great teamwork, guys. You know, he's disappointed in himself and his brothers. It all went to shit, and he's upset. But that's it. You know, he makes his little mean quip, and he goes about his day. Cyclops would be like, oh, fantastic. Wonderful job. All of you should be ashamed of yourselves. I could have done this better by myself. You've let down everyone in the free world. Like, I'm glad they wrote that line fine. I'm glad he was just, you know...
Like, the closest he gets is the part you're supposed to perceive as being closest to it, just a dickbag.
Yeah.
Is when he says, there's only one vote in this family that matters, mine. And that's a dickbag thing to say, and the movie makes it very clear that's how you're supposed to feel.
It's like, 5 minutes after that, Splinter takes him aside, and he's like, don't be a shit!
He's like, shit, you're right.
You're right, Rat Dad. You're right, you're right.
You're always right, Rat Dad.
Rat Dad is never wrong.
I love Rat Dad.
I
love how much of a dad Rat Dad is in this adaptation.
What I fucking loved is, there's this point where they're doing this gag. Splinter's meditating, and it's like, you have meditated for 24 hours, and you will achieve enlightenment in, 3 seconds.
10, specifically. And it counts that from 10. Yeah, they do a little
countdown. And the turtles interrupt him before...
2 seconds in.
Yeah. And he didn't even mention it. Like, they come in, and they're like, we gotta go save the world. And he's like, why are you talking to me? Go save the world. He's not even mad. That's perfect. Splinter's like,
I got another day.
Yeah, whatever. It'll come around again. That's beautiful. I wish he had fought more. I always wish he had fought more.
Oh, that first movie, the Splinter fight scene where he comes this close to wrecking fucking Shredder. Oh, it's just great.
But yeah, you know, I'm a huge Turtles fan. I can talk all day about what I'd like to see in the next movie. What would you like to see?
I know very little about the Turtles' extended informations. I would like to see Shredder back from Dimension X. I like Dimension X Prison Break because that gives you access to all of the Turtles villains that I'm sure is all Krang has in his ship.
Sure.
I would love to see Baxter Stockman back just because, that was great.
Yeah.
And I want to see more Bebop and Rocksteady. One, because Seamus deserves it. Again, I take back everything bad I've ever said about you, man. There hasn't even been much.
Yeah.
I like you, but even still, no. You're fucking great, buddy.
The guy who's playing Bebop was amazing also. He's the dude who does the voice of Uncle Ruckus.
Yeah.
He was fantastic.
This is Bebop. This is my man Rocksteady. It's a weird name, I know, but his ancestors are Finnish.
I'm not doing the gag. We're not quite that lame.
Oh yeah, you will.
What are you gonna audio manipulate? I'm the one who edits the show.
No. I'll spring that on you one day, and you just do it. You won't even think.
Shit, probably. I'll deliver it a little less excitedly, I'm sure. It's all part of my oeuvre. But, I think they could go one of two ways. Either they'll continue and they'll do the Mausers thing and this big, like I said, what I would do. Or they might take it up to 11 and go whole hog Dimension X, fucking stump wrestling, crazy, cuddly the cowlick shit.
Please don't.
Google all of them. Oh, no, I mean, that would be just as amazing.
I don't want that for movie 3. I want that for movie, 5.
Yeah.
Follow the Fast and the Furious arc.
Well,
You get increasingly ridiculous over the course of several movies.
This happens not too early in their career in the comics, in the Archie comics, and then they come back and they're like, "I've seen some weird shit. Let's try to mellow. Let's go on walkabout."
Which would be interesting.
Yeah.
It's a fucking introspective indie movie version of the Turtles.
Everything got too real, man, so let's just go walk in the desert for a while. Does that sound good to you, Raph?
That's something like Leo or Donnie would say, and then Raph would agree to it, and then Mikey would go, "Nah, man, cartoons aren't in the desert."
I can bring my cell phone, right?
Oh. They're really fucking, all the brothers are very good in this movie. On point character-wise, in a beautiful way. This is one of those things that I enjoyed enough that my brain is just being like, we've done that thing where we save a small SD card in the back of your subconscious with literally every line from the movie. Would you like them all?
Yeah, did you want to deliver them unto the podcast listener?
No. I want you to go see the movie. Because it's fucking great and you deserve to.
Yeah, the theater was pretty empty. There was a lot of big stuff that came out the last couple of weeks, so you had a lot of choices.
You got Civil War still in theaters. You got Warcraft. You got
X-Men,
and
Angry Birds,
and that's a whole lot of overlap with the Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
They just had a release date that was they're punching above their weight class a little bit. As much as I love them,
I think they'll do okay.
I think they've done okay, actually.
Oh, did you look at the numbers?
I think they've done okay. I'm gonna look at it again.
Well, you know what? Let's finish the podcast with that. I'm gonna check it out. Let's see if they've been greenlit for a sequel yet, because we're a week removed.
Yeah, and we'll have some numbers from there. Even if not, I hope they make enough one way or another to get a sequel, because I really want one. These movies are a fucking great time.
Yeah, they're great. I like this interpretation of the Turtles. Is it my favorite? Not necessarily, but I dig it a lot. Noel Fisher revealed in an interview that he and the other Turtle actors have signed on for 3 films. Megan Fox has also signed on for 3 films as well. Tyler Perry has said that if a 3rd film was to be made, his character Baxter Stockman would probably mutate into his fly form during the movie.
Yeah!
Hell yeah! Well,
Tyler Perry, bringing us the good news.
Tyler Perry, you fucking peach, act in movies. Don't write or direct them. I think that's good.
Yeah, that's a good outro. Tyler Perry, kudos to you. Everything's better when nerds talk about it.